teleport coming down there. Sunfire Cape for Mundo, that Wit's End, the Chalice, and now a Giant's Belt added in actually for Darian on Warwick.
Yeah, it's a similar build that he did yesterday, in fact, and like he ran at Battle of the Atlantic. A very good build, and you know, this interesting matchup is just a farm fest. Once again, with both top laners running Flash Teleport, there's very little possibility of them killing each other without jungle aid or even mid lane aid in this situation. And with teleports being available and Dragon coming up, look at the vision for both of these teams. There are 3 Gambit wards close to the pit, 3 Millenium wards just below the pit, so they should be aware of when this objective is being started. And I think that both of these top laners will most likely get involved by using those teleports at some point.
Yeah, there's no way they can clear everything out there. 2 sweeping lenses to 1 actually. Millenium with 2 on their side. Both supports actually got it. It's Aranea that makes the difference on that front of things, and that will allow them to clear a little bit out. Pink ward's also down as well for both teams, although one is in the Tribush, one in the Death Brush on the top side of the Dragon Pit. And Alex Itch there just going in towards Aranea. He's like, nope, I'm getting away from that one. And as we said, Dragon not really either team having too much control of it, which means they're a little bit uneasy now.
Yeah, very smart play by Aranea. The moment Alex showed his face, he backed away with Vault Breaker. He does not want to get caught out because there's a lot of burst that can come down from that Brutalizer plus Bloodthirster Riven. The wards are timing out and getting replaced by both of these teams, and Diamond has been hanging around the bottom half of the map. This is the 2nd or 3rd time he sort of moved towards the Dragon before now recalling. And it's just a matter of time before they make an attempt on it. As it stands though, I think all the teams, all the players happy to keep farming. And the only one that's falling a little bit behind right now is in fact Kerb. He's not farming his Wraith Camp as effectively as Alex is farming his own Wraith Camp, and that's why there's a 30 CS difference between the two of them right now.
Well, Millenium moving a couple of men down. Kerb, he walked over that pink ward. Should have seen it, should be able to take it down.
Not using attack move, and that's cost you that little situation. Gambit, I think, smart decision making here. Tower in the middle may go down. There's a teleport already coming in from Warwick. It may be too late for Dragon. Smite is available. Question is, who's going to get it?
Oh, they've got time here, actually. Darian going straight into the middle of them. The Dragon is actually taken in the end by Gambit, but we can see how low they've got. Alex Itch finally joins at the front side, though. Arenea's surely going to fall here, and Warwick will surely be chasing straight through onto things, although he is a little bit low, so they need to be careful with this one. Briefcase not connected, and only 1 death so far in this fight. That's on Edward's side. Gambit did get the Dragon, though. Yeah,
very nicely done. The suppression was thrown onto Aranea. It's one of the only, I believe it's the only thing that can prevent you smiting under those circumstances. So Diamond Prox gets into range, manages to put a lot of damage down. I'm lying to you entirely. He didn't even do it. It's just a straight steal. Straight steal. I've just quickly rewound the battle, and Diamond Prox straight up beat Aranea. So well played there. Just throw me off completely.
It's not something you want just to be simply outside. Here we go, we can see that one again.
Yeah, there we go. This is exactly what we're talking about. Smite from Aranea was very early. I think he was anticipating a little bit more burst damage from the rest of his team. And then once again, you see a situation where Kevin is low on Dr. Mundo. He's unable to affect the back line of Gambit. And because he's not running amok amongst the Gambit members, they're able to just push Millenium backwards, push them out of the fight, and force them on the back foot, allowing the chase potential of Riven, Lee, and Warwick to scare them back to the tower.
Now, back to farming, I think, is the plan for both of these teams right now. It's been pretty much the overlying plan for most of this game. 2,500 gold lead that Gambit have right now certainly will start to show for them. CS lead in the mid lane is quite big, and they are going to go in here, but I'm not sure that Alex will fall to this one. There's a lot to throw it in there, a lot of CC. The barrel comes in. Alex knocked around all over the place, and it's hard to escape from that one.
It's incredibly difficult. Fact of the matter is, that actually took a very long time. You know, they had to commit a lot of time, every single individual resource to that one, and it ended up costing them. Now, Aranea and Kerb still wanting to fight with Darian and Diamond. They got to be careful because neither of them have their ultimates available. So if they were to get CC'd, with the aid of Edward, it may have been enough to get the kills. And I think that's worrying for Millenium. I think if they have to commit that much time and that many resources to killing Alex, these next team fights could go very differently. Now, once again, Aranea is throwing himself at Darian.
Oh, that's a great Vault Breaker coming in onto him, but actually Darian doesn't really care and just hungering strikes his way back.
Yeah, going to use that passive, keeps healing up. Now he's going to fight.
It is going to fight things. Kevin actually popping his ultimate, kind of walking in, walking out. What shall I do? I'm not quite so sure. And that's obviously going to regen him up greatly in this one. So he's not really in danger of going down. In fact, it'll probably just reset this into, well, that top lane match that we've been seeing all along.
Yeah, look at those heals. The damage from Hunting Strike is percentage HP damage. It's 16% of the target's maximum HP. So if he's hitting Kevin, who's got a Sunfire Cape and a Giant's Belt, that is a massive amount of HP. It actually heals him for 80% of the damage dealt. And all of his auto attacks, every time he hits a minion or monster or champion, he's getting health back from those as well. So it's so difficult to push a Warwick out of lane. I want to see how it transitions now as this game goes forward, because the suppression is going to allow him to lock down Ezreal, who's one of the slipperiest AD carries. So as long as Alexic can follow the suppression dive, I think Creatine's going to be in trouble in these upcoming fights.
Now Renee just came to the top lane to make sure that turret stayed safe. It's at half HP, and in the end, actually, Darian had decided not to push on straight through. He's almost sat on 1,000 gold here, is Darian as well, so might go and turn that into something in a little while. 1,700 gold for Genja to spend as well there on Jinx, and he's still behind in the CS, but that difference has not really got bigger.
No, not at all. It stayed static, and of course, as long as you're not falling further and further behind, that's fine. I think Genja's Jinx, by no means as dominant as Reckless as Jinx right now, it can still scale and offer you more damage, especially with that ultimate. I've talked about execution so many times, and I really think it needs to be stated once again, because you're going to combo that splash damage plus execute with Rivens. And as soon as Diamond Prox and Darian jump onto somebody, those two can clean up and they can carry on chasing down. So that's where the cleanup crew has to be for Gambit. Only 2 towers have fallen at 25 minutes, and this is by far the slowest game, because I think even SK Millenium had more action and fights by this point in the matchup yesterday.
Yeah, Millenium were a mile ahead at this point, 25 minutes. Unfortunately for us, or for them, for whoever, it took another 25 minutes for them to actually close the game out. But they say it themselves, they're not here to be really flashy. They just want to get the job done and get the points on the board.
Well, at this point in time, they're behind, and that's not going to happen. So 3,000 gold behind Gambit, 1 tower down. Finally, Darian's sustain in lane allows him to push Kevin away. He's still sticking to that top lane, and you can see Aranea looking for a rinse and repeat kill on Alex. But Diamond was there to back him up. So if they want to commit all of that time and that resources, Diamond may be able to throw a spanner in the works and get rid of them, as it were. Dragon's going to be coming up in about 30 seconds time. Teleport's once again available for our top laners. So within a minute or two of it spawning, I think that's going to be the next time they fight in Millenium. If they want to focus Dragon, they have to do it quicker, and they cannot afford to get it stolen away. I mean, Diamond had a very good steal last time, just straight up outsmiting Aranea.
A couple of recalls coming in. Alexic going back in. Actually leaves just 5 seconds until Dragon comes up. If Millenium went now, if they reacted to this one right now, they would have the man advantage down there, but there's a pink ward right at the front from Gambit, and the ward's going in at the backside, not really making them feel all that confident with really turning the corner and trying to get involved in the action there.
No, I think the fact that they've got vision of the pit and they realize that Gambit are not attempting it right now, they're going to play it a little safe. I think they've also got a very good steal potential. If Aranea were to throw himself over the wall, plus Gragas barrels, it's something you always have to consider, always. The burst of Smite plus Explosive Cask is very, very high. Right now, the fact that Kerp is miles away means Dragon's been started. Arenea's going to try steal.
Oh, he's going to go in for that one, but, well, Diamond, safe as ever on that Smite. Edward actually just sat at the back of things, trying to bully Aranea away, who just waits for his Vault Breaker to come off cooldown and escapes again. Gambit will be fine with that, though. No need to really have any kind of risky fight. They've picked up Dragon. They just walk back off, and they're going to farm a bit.
Yeah, absolutely nothing was expended there. Absolutely nothing. No summon spells, with the exception of Smite. No teleport was used. Darian roamed down to the bottom. He hasn't even lost out on CS really 240 to 245. Now Millenium, however, they want to try and focus this mid tower. There are 4 members of their team. There's a teleport coming in from Darian. It's being followed by Kevin. He's caught.
Yeah, they hooked him in actually underneath the tower, and look at that, down to half health. Darian falling at the front. There's Diamond coming in from the side. Creatin's gone very low. Super Mega Death Rocket not really having the impact they'd have liked. This is a big, messy fight, but everyone from Millenium going low there at the back. We see Genja now chasing down. Can they finish Creatin? There's the arcane shift. Darian's still chasing. Zap! Max range to get another one. And here's Darian flashing his way through. One more should do it. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Darian picks up that one. And just like that, Gambit picking up 3 kills to back away. But it's not over just yet. Arenea's charging up. Arenea's charging down. He goes down on the inner turret. And this is going to be a tower as well for Gambit.
Arenea should not have been there. And we talked about the chasing potential. How Warwick, Lee, and Riven can run you down. And of course, if you're getting kills while doing it, Jinx's passive Get Excited gives you a massive movement speed boost. Allows you to just keep chasing. After the initiation from Gambit, who started the fight first, I want to stress that. They were the ones that ran in. Kevin teleported. The rest of Millenium were running away. They weren't in the lane. So as soon as he teleports, a great hook from Edward starts that fight out, allows Gambit to get 4 kills, a tower, a Baron, and a 9,000 gold lead.
Yeah, that's a big swing right there. And I love the decisiveness from Gambit as well. Take the fight, move straight back off, pick off the Baron, and go straight back home before they can even come around. Here's another look at that one. Started off with a top lane teleport.
Yeah, Darian was teleporting a little bit safer. Kevin came in the middle of the lane, and the rest of his team had backed away. Nobody else was fighting, so Kevin getting caught forces Millenium to run back in. They're not in opportune position, and because they're sort of re-engaging from different angles, it allows Gambit to focus fire targets and allows Gambit to just chase down. Look at the movement speed here from Darian, as well as the Get Excited after the zap. It's just flash forward, land some more damage, and just keeps chasing over and over. The Gambit composition is much better at cleaning up these messy, low health fights than what Millenium is, and especially because Millenium didn't have a straight up engage. That's what cost him.
There's Aranea, the last stand I think on that turret, where he was looking at a lot of juicy targets, really low HP, but in the grand scheme of things, just losing another kill for Millenium's total. And another thing that happened during that fight, Darian's Infinite Duress, his ultimate, was used onto Creatin. That's an important thing because it stopped him getting out of there, which was probably the biggest thing that led to his death.
Yeah, and it's what we talked about very early on, how Ezreal is very difficult to deal with. Darian is now getting caught out. Can they kill him?
Well, it wouldn't be a week of LCS action without Darian getting caught out. Whether they can finish off a kill against him is another matter here, because the rest of Gambit actually coming down and Darian just walking away. And he's actually going to ulti in on towards Aranea here. Is he going to be able to pick up the kill from it? There is the rest of the team. The hook lands onto Aranea. Darian, you have all the swag. And look at Diamond, he's come around the back. He's a little bit out in no man's land, but he'll get the kick into the hook. What a combo from Gambit. Box goes down. Now they're looking for even more as they focus Kirk. He's going to use Azonias. They surround him and hunt him down. It's Darian that picks up that kill.
Darian didn't even use his Infinite Duress while trying to escape. He baited so well, just walking away, pulling both Aranea and Creatin after him. They needed to back off a little bit sooner. They lose 3 members. They're most likely going to lose that outer turret if the minions take it down, and the rest of Gambit are just focusing on this mid lane. They're making it very clear they want an inhibited turret first.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And there is another turret going down. We have Jinx in the top lane pushing that one through. I'm not sure what they're going to do to defend this inhib turret, to be honest with you. I do see a couple of guys starting to spawn in ever so slightly, but this inhibitor's going down. That is a lot of damage onto these towers. We saw in the last game from Reckless what Jinx can do to the towers as well. And
it's not over.
He's done that. It's not over just yet. It's going to be close.
4 towers. That's 5 towers in inhibitor. Now they want another fight.
There they go, pushing straight in. Alex, it's right down the middle of them. Kevin trying to get away. It doesn't matter how tanky Mundo is. They've got enough damage to finish the thing off. And Alex almost getting involved in that one as well. This is a second inhibitor going down for Gambit.
Gambit could push on for the win if they wanted to. It's a 5v4. Most of their ultimates are basically going to be available. The box is coming up, as is Infinite Duress. If Creatin sticks too close, Darian will most likely jump on his head. Baron buff is slowly wearing out, and My word, have Gambit made it effective. They can finish the game right now.
They've got full HP here, Gambit, thanks to that regen, and they're actually going to go in on towards Kirk. There's a kill for Edward. Are they going to go for finishers here? Yes, they are. Aranea locked up. He goes to Genja at the back. He will be finished off, though, by Genja. The first Nexus turret is actually down. The second one's going to be made short work of, and Gambit head over towards the fountain. A dance by Darian will seal victory for Gambit as they go 2-1 here in the LCS.
What an incredible finish. After the slow pace of that game and how even it was for just how long that game took, the moment that Darren was able to bait out Creatine and Aranea, they were able to just turn it on, the decisiveness to move across the map, let minions take bottom turret, they push middle, Genja push top. I mean, phenomenal play coming out of Gambit.
So good, and again, we were talking about this Warwick pick. Yesterday, I'm still not 100% sold on it, but again, it produces a win.